Good evening, YouTube. How's everybody doing tonight? All good, I hope. Friday night, end of the week. I thought, you know what? Let's do a video. Let's go and talk to our friends. Amore, how you doing? Danny Z, Ange, Angela, how you doing? Oh, got something for you, Ange. We'll talk about that in a minute. Dom, Penda, my oppo, Penda, good buddy. Will, Timmy Telford, I shall see you on Monday. I will search you before you leave. Make sure your pockets are empty. Will, Scotty, talking to Scotty in a minute. I hope Scotty's okay. Ash, no, I haven't forgot you, Ash. Who else is there? Oh God, there's too many. I can't remember everybody. Let's think. Who else is there? Who haven't I mentioned? I know they'll pick me up on it if I don't. It'll come to me in a bit. All right. Where should we start? First off, before we do anything, let me address what is an absolute pigsty of a mess in here. I really do apologise. I don't want to show you the floor. The floor is, well, have a quick look. That's enough. It's been a tough week. It has been a tough week. It's been a tough couple of weeks, if I'm honest. The black dog made an appearance a couple of weeks ago. Started off, it wasn't too bad, and then it steadily got worse. Just didn't want to do anything, didn't want to come out here. One day I sat in the garden for 8 hours, just staring into space. Such is life, and such is depression and anxiety. Unfortunately, I'm afflicted with it. Never had it before in my life. Never had to. Never didn't even know what anxiety was. No idea what depression was, and all of a sudden, now I do, and my heart really does go out to everybody that suffers with it. It's so debilitating. It's unbelievable. I mean, I just sat there and at one point thought, why bother? But steadily over the last couple of days, it started to lift. I started to pick up. Got my mojo back, and I came in here yesterday, and I just went on a major repotting. There's stuff in here that badly needed repotting. I've been putting it off, and I just came in here yesterday, and I thought, you know what, let's get stuck in. And so I repotted quite a few things, and I tidied up in here. Dead pictures, oh God, so many dead pictures that I hadn't took off and just left. Disgusting. So I'm feeling much better, and I thought, I'm going to do a video. And let's have a look. Let's have a walk around. Let's see what's new. There are a few things, and we'll have a look around and see what's new, and we'll go from there. So, having said that, where shall we start? Let's start up this end. Do 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 do. Timmy, there's your Velosa, looking beautiful. Amori, there's yours. 2 Velosa gone. Nobody needs 7 Velosa, so I've got rid of 2. It's 2 good friends. So what's cooking up here? What we got? Well, we've got the bird Velosas are looking pretty damn good, if I may say so myself. They are actually, I'm gonna say, they are pretty quick growing from what I've seen so far. And this one has got a beautiful pink tinge to it. I'm liking this one very much. I think these are going to be something special, definitely. So yeah, bird Velosa looking fantastic. Paloenensis Attenborii seedlings. These, I thought I'd lost these when they were tiny, and I gave them a bit of TLC, and next thing you know, boom, they're rocking. Macrophylla, fantastic. I love the waxy, thick waxy leaves of Macrophylla. They're all fantastic. And if you see those nice shiny leaves, you ain't going far wrong. If Macrophylla starts putting out dull leaves, something wrong. Have a look at it, check the roots. You're either overwatering it or you're underwatering it. It should be putting out nice, lovely, shiny leaves like that. You know it's healthy. The same applies really to most Nepenthes, but Macrophylla, I don't know why Macrophylla just seems to be really shiny. What we've got here, I'm going to take a wild guess because there's no tag in here, but I think this is Babijae. It may well be, looks like it. It could be, I don't know. That's an unknown. We'll find out when it gets bigger. There was a tag in it at some point and I've lost it, but I'm pretty sure, well, I've got 2 that look very similar, and one of them is definitely a burb, so it might be that one. Burb Harry, he's doing really well, check that out. And then we've got Velosa Hamata, another one I thought I'd lost. Too much water, gave it too much water and not enough heat. I got this, where was it? It was down on one of the lower shelves, and up here I can get away with watering plants up here every 2 days because everything dries out really quick up here. But down on the lower shelves it doesn't, and I'd moved it down there. I've been messing around and I've moved it down there and forgot about it and watered it the same as I would have done up here, and next thing you know it started to look poorly and the growth tip disappeared and rotted off. Yep, I rotted off a growth tip. I don't hide you get the warts and all with me, and I rotted off the growth tip and I thought I'd lost it, and I bagged it, kept it bagged for 2 weeks, and up popped a brand new growth tip. Now on a bigger plant you would expect that to happen because you've got a big old root system underneath, and if something happens up top, then that root system will fight to keep the plant alive. So it will activate nodes, or it will put out another growth tip. On a plant that size, that's got a very little root system, you're asking for trouble. And I am amazed that it put out a new growth tip with such a small root system. The root system on this isn't very big at all, being a small plant. So I'm amazed at that. But happy days. What else we got here? Tenuous Harry is doing well. She's coming along. Pulchra peltata. This is one of one. It is actually one of 5, made by a good mate, Mark Rouse. I've got one. Pender, no, it's one of 6, I think. Pender's got 3, and Mark has got 2, and these are the only ones. And I've been lucky enough to keep this one alive, and I feel good things for this plant. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be a cracker. I really do. What we got next? That little thing in there is a Maxima Jeff Wong Haryana. That is one of 11 I've got left. It's hanging in there. They are growing. They're growing really well, actually. Okay, right. What was I? Ange, yeah, Ange. If you're watching, okay. The basil. Let me walk you over here for a second. Let's just digress. Ange, the basil that you want on this plant, that is EP's Truncata D Red Flush. There's a basil on there that I've got to remove. However, let me take you down here for a second. I have got here a tray full of, I don't know if you can read that, Truncata D Red Flush F2. It's up to you. Would you like a basil, that basil when I take it off, or would you like a seed grown one of these? The pictures should be pretty much identical, I would have thought. Having said that, these are seed grown, so there may be some variation. You may end up with a picture with stripes, or a picture with a bigger flare to the peristome. But it will still put out big pictures, and the leaves will look exactly the same. It is, after all, a red flush. So, choice is yours. Drop me a message on Messenger, or drop something in the comments. I've also got on this side Truncata D Red Flush cross Truncata D Wide Peristome. I'll be separating these up at some point as well in the not too distant future, so some of them will be going. What we got? What's over here? Let's have a look. Hang on, zoom in. What is that crooked thing there? Well, if we follow this enormously long tendril up to this leaf, and then all the way down to that. That is the Truncata Lowioi Truncata Lowioi EP. That is its next picture that it's working on. It's just popped this one over here, unfortunately, the peristome is a little bit deformed at the front, but I think it's going to fold over. It looks like it is, but oh, wow, look at that. That's a beast, isn't it? That is an absolute beast, and the fluid is up to about there. It's absolutely full of fluid. Oh, look at that. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with that one. Very nice. Moving along. What have we... Oh, just noticed that. Oh, ain't that pretty? My little ping rock garden. I chucked a bit of lava rock in a pot that the missus made, and chucked a couple of pings in it, and they're flowering. Fantastic. Okay, time to retrieve the stool, because oh, my poor old back needs some support these days. Oh, that wasn't a fart. That was me sitting on the stool. I'll tell you when I'm going to fart. What's going on down here? Anything new? Vogelioi. Focus. Nothing to write home about. Not at this stage. I think Vogelioi is more about uppers, really. Spath Gymnamphora. Dan! Big Dan, Tree Dan. Danny the Tree Fella. I knew I forgot somebody. Big Danny the Tree Fella. How you doing, Dan? I thought you was coming round, actually. A couple of Sundays ago you were supposed to be coming round. Still waiting. Mate, you could come round if you're free Monday. You could come round Monday, because little Timmy's coming round on Monday as well. So if you've got nothing to do, we could have a bit of a tete-a-tete. Drop me a message, and we'll sort it out. Seedlings. How are the seedlings? Oh, look at that one. That one's just caught my eye straight away. That's nice, isn't it? Oops. Yeah, digging that. These are well, that's a Rafflesiana cross, Rafflesiana Viking Rafflesiana, but this is Thorelli cross Vichoi Barrio, cross Vichoi Barrio, cross Coconea, cross Boschiana. How about that? Remembered that. What else we got? What else is in here? There's a lot. I need to bring some sort of order to this chaos. I've even got the seedlings all over the place. The begonia melanobulata is doing fantastic. Now, it's not a nep and it's not carnivorous, but it is. It's quite a rare plant, actually. Melanobulata. It's got a close relative, Begonia ferox. The difference being between ferox and melanobulata, the main difference is bulata keeps these hairs on the spikes, whereas ferox, the hairs disappear after a couple of weeks of the leaf emerging and unfolding. So if you see a plant with these bulate, as they're called, with these bulate, and it's got the hairs like this, and the leaf is kind of that colour, not bright green. If it's bright green, it's a brand new leaf, and it's highly likely to have the hairs. This is a newish leaf, as you can see by the colour, so the hairs are going to be there. But this leaf is probably one of the oldest leaves on here, and you can still see this leaf here has still got the remnants of the hairs, and that leaf is really old. But this leaf here is probably 2 months, and there you go, still got the hairs. Melanobulata is a rare old begonia. If you see it, grab it. A plant this size, well over 100 quid. Probably 150. Getting on for 2, I would have thought. There you go. A bit of useless knowledge. While we're down here, Platyburb. That's a fresh one. Is it the freshest? Yeah, that's the fresh. That is the latest picture. Give you an extreme close-up. Loving this picture. Loving this plant, actually. What else is down here? Oh, Mantalinga genensis. Mantalinga genensis. What a name. Awesome pictures though. The teeth on it. Who's over the back here? Lingulata. I noticed actually on the newest Lingulata picture, I don't know if I'll be able to zoom in enough. This is a seed grown from Barazan Mountains, and it lacks, or it was lacking, the Lingulata tongue under the lid. But I noticed on this latest picture it is starting to develop. You can just see the green keel under the lid. So I'm hoping in a few pictures time we're going to have Lingulata with a tongue, which I'll be really happy about. That will make me happy. I've got down here, I'm not a flytrap person at all. I was given these by Ian Salter at Carnivorian. Yeah, oh, that's good. I like that. Which one's this? This is Red Dentate Cross Red Piranha. I like this. I'm not sure if they're getting enough light. Maybe Timmy the Geek can tell me. Timmy the Sarracenia Geek. He might be able to tell me if they're getting enough light. What have we got? What's this one? I think I don't know what this one is. I had this one off Mike King. I thought it was Jet. I may be wrong now. I have got Jet. Is this Jet? What's this one? Jet. This is Jet. Hello, Jet. Now I do like this one. I'll be quite honest. I'm not going to shit on the the flytrap lovers, I do like this one. I love the colour. It rings the bells for me. I do like that. And there's another one down here I like. This one, I don't know if this one's getting enough light because the traps are supposed to look like that, but the latest traps it's put out, let me just zoom in for you. The latest traps it's put out are like that, so they are lacking in the, this one's called GJ Explosion. There's no exploding going on. They should look like that, but there's no exploding, so not enough light, too much light, I don't know. Who knows? What else is down there? There's that one over there. There's a lovely pink there. I love that pink. That pink there. Fantastic. There's a banana trap there somewhere. So I want some more pings. Then was off Dan, and some fly traps off Dan as well. Thanks, Dan. He's the dude. So, oh, and this little beauty. Tell you about this little beauty. Mollis Veitchii, seed grown. I got this 2 years ago. Cracking plant. Put out really, really nice pictures. And it was a plant, probably, how big was it? I'm gonna say it was around that big there, maybe a little bit bigger. And this is a word to the wise. This was before I was familiar with mollis, really, because this does have a lot of mollis in it. And when you see when it grows up and you see the pictures on this, there is a lot of mollis in it. And if you're keeping mollis, be aware that if something's going wrong, the leaves start to turn almost blue, a dark. They go from being green to a dark green, and then to almost, it's not blue, it's and it's not black. It's almost grey, but the plant looks okay, and it's only the lower leaves that start to do it. I should have recognised at that point that there was something wrong, and I didn't. What I could have done was unpotted it and found that it had got root rot, because I'd been overwatering it, which used to be one of my biggest problems. So by the time I'd realised that it was on its way out, and I unpotted it and half the root system just fell away in my hand, I was like, and I was gutted. So I took away all the dead root. I sprayed it with 3% hydrogen peroxide, I then repotted it into fresh media, Akadama, Kanuma, and I didn't water it I just bagged it and I didn't water it at all. I just left it in a bag with dry Akadama, Kanuma, and I left it there. Sorry, shit camera work. I left it there for 3-4 weeks, possibly even more. And all it was a twig. There was no leaves. It was just a dry twig coming out of this pot, and it was about yay high. No leaves, dry twig. And I left it bagged for about 4 or 5 weeks, after which time I was going to chuck it, and all of a sudden I noticed on the side a tiny little green shoot, and it's taken a year, but that plant has come back, and I'm so chuffed. That is probably one of the biggest success stories I've had growing Neps, is bringing that back from a twig. Anyway, I digress. Let's move on down the line, shall we? We've got a new development on. Let me turn it around so you can have a look. On Truncata, Campanulata, Viciata Wave, Sung and Melancholy, Clippiata. Now that right there was the last picture that opened on this. Three days ago, that opened. Ain't that a beaut? I am really chuffed with that. This is going to be something really special. It's got, there's a lot of trunk in it, for sure. But, I mean, look at the leaves. And it grows so quick. I mean, that picture has just opened, and if you turn it round, it's already working on the next one. And it's holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures, and I've cut an old one off. 7, sorry. It's holding 7 pictures at the moment. What a plant. What a fantastic plant. And just print out brand new leaf. So excellent breeding material there. Unfortunately, I only had 3, and I gave 1 away and kept 2, and the other one, I'll show you the other one in a minute. The other one isn't a patch on this. The other one is really a mongrel. It's horrid. Oh god, look how sticky this is. Yuck. What's new on the table? On the BE table, as we call it. Well, for a start, Lowy Oedi. This is the EP Lowy Oedi. He's looking fantastic, and we've got some brand new growth. Beautiful tendril. Right next to it, Truncata Fippiata has just opened this picture. And have we got lid bristles? I don't think we have we? Oh, we might, yeah, we might have some small ones. I was on the fence about this plant when I bought it, but it's really growing on me now, and I think it's going to turn into something really nice. So Right next to that we've got a stripy Roger VGI doing its best, and Hamata VGI Hamata, it's a BE plant. That is BE 3943. I think they used Tambasisi in this, not normal Hamata. I've had a few folks say that it looks like it's got Tambasisi in it. I don't know. We've got a new picture on Trusmodiensis Babigiae, looking awesome. Right next to it, I'm waiting for this to pop. Flav ready, any day now. At the front we've got Roger Eddie putting on some new growth. Next to that we've got Rob, oh god, what is it, Rob Mollis, is it Rob Mollis? I'm guessing here, I've got the tag there. Rob Lowy Eye. And then next to that we've got a Fipiata. These are all CK plants, apart from the Roger Eddy, which is seed grown. A rather beautiful tenuous, look at that. That is amazing. That is amazing. Fantastic plant. Yeah, just sit it down there. When I was talking about mollis earlier, that is an example of a poorly mollis. There you go. It's pulling through now, but it's had a bit of a rough start. But that is what you need to be looking out for. If you've got mollis and the leaves start looking like this, bluish grey, then you need to do something. And I think I've caught it in time, and I've repotted it, and it seems to be making a bit of a comeback. Fingers crossed. I'll keep you posted on that one. That's a healthy mollis, apart from a little light burn here and here when I first got it. It's putting out nice healthy leaves now. It's a bit of a weird one, mollis. It doesn't, yeah, you have to get the conditions right, otherwise you can end up with that leaves that look like that. Way too much light. So I've dialed back the light, it's in the shade now, and look at the difference in the leaves. That was when I first got it, that one and that one. So it wasn't used to the light it was getting when I put it in the tent, and then I knocked it back a bit and you get the better leaf, knocked it back a bit more, and lovely green leaf. The smell in here of, what does it smell like? I'm going to say sweaty socks and dog crotch is what it reminds me of. Yeah, a dog's crotch and sweaty socks. Maxima wavy, male, which is now just starting to put out pollen. I am saving the pollen, so if anybody wants to have a dabble, hit me up. What we got down here? I've got down here a Bird Vichoi, which I was going to sell, And I'm in two minds now because that peristome is fantastic. I'm loving that peristome. I'm on the fence now. New picture on Black Miracle. Actually, tell a lie, this isn't the new picture, this is the picture before the new picture. The new picture is sitting there. Oh, look at that, sweetie. That is gorgeous. Look at that. Big wings as well. It's a fair, to be fair, it's a fair old size. She ain't small. I'm not normally an amp fan, but I do like this. I really do. Cracking plant. Tenuous eustacia. Looking really good. And down here we've got Platy stenophila. How green that is. It's neon. Amazing. So green. It is actually, it's so bright, it's unbelievable. And it holds that colour as well. You look at, so it holds pictures for ages. The oldest picture's on here, I think that's the oldest one. That's the oldest picture on here. That's been on there for about, is it the oldest picture? Yeah, it is, because I've cut the others off. That's probably been on there for about 3-4 months. Holds pictures really well. I'm excited for this to grow up. Predator Lowi, looking sharp. Miranda, you're always in the way. Need to find somewhere for you to go. You're gonna have to go into the conservatory now. You're just getting too big. Miranda is looking sweet. Let's just, oh, weighs a ton as well. Let's just pop her down here for the time being, so we can have a look at little fatty here. Sibonensis Lowi Veitchii. Little tubby Slimer. Put some eyes on it, it just look like Slimer. And Penda, there's your basil. I'll drop you a message about this after, and we will discuss. New picture on Rob. Looking good, Rob. And there's a picture forming here. This is Roger Rob, and that's going to be a thumper. The one before it was quite big. That was a decent picture. The one before it. Pull it out. Pull it up without snapping it off. Do my normal trick. Wait for the crack. There she is. Look at that. Wow. That's been on there for ages. Still looking sharp. I do love Roger Rob. Oh, I forgot. Hang on. Something else with Roger in it. Something else with Rob in it, rather. And everybody thinks, oh, it's a boring plant. Yeah. Look at this baby. two of my favourite plants combined. Glandulifera, rock cantlii, in that order. Wow. Fantastic. I've had this plant since it was a little nipper, and it's starting to reward me now. Beautiful. Tell you what, it weighs a ton. Let's pop you back down here. Were you happy? Oh. And moving on round. Platy Bosch, or Bosch Platy, is now pruning out. It's official. It's now pruning out uppers. And I'm really happy with that. I've got to say, that is a picture and a half. I measured this today. It is a shade over 11 inches from base of the tendril to the top, the tip of the peristome there, not the lid. Tip of the peristome to the base of the tendril, 11 inches. Cracking picture. New picture on Spathedy. That's looking good. This thing is just going for its life. It really is. There's pictures everywhere on this. Another one there. Another one here. Kind of remind me of a snake when you look at them. Kind of a cobra, almost. I don't know. Is it just me? There's another one. Oh, another one there that's just popped. And we have a flower stalk. She's female, as we knew. So very happy with that. Down here we've got Rob Marta. It's probably the best picture he's put out so far. Still, it's very nice. Very good, very nice. Couldn't resist it, sorry. Do apologise. Let's move Platy Bosch over here. And then we can move in and have a look at what's going on over here. This is Loei Bosch. And I do love this plant, but it's a really weird grower. It does nothing for a month and doesn't move at all, and then you get two leaves, one straight after the other, and then it'll kind of go a little quiet for a while, and then a little burst of energy. I think it may be time to remove the hitchhiker. The bromeliad is really now starting to take over. It's now got two big pups, one that side, and this thing is growing ridiculous. It's got its own garden in the middle, for Christ's sake. So I think it may be time to upend that pot, and I may chop this, make a cut in, leave the basil to grow. I don't know. We'll see. What else we got going on here? We've got Burbedi, MT clone Burbedi. Now I did think, and I said on the last video, I thought this was going to bleed I thought the red was going to bleed out, leaving a light pink and the striping, but That hasn't happened. It's maintained the red and kept the stripe out. I'm not complaining. Fantastic looking pictures, really are. We've got another one here. This one, albeit a little bit smaller, but I mean, come on, you would, wouldn't you? All day long. All day long. Look at that. It does have a basil down there somewhere. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Tiny little basil. I've covered it back up, but it is growing somewhat, and we've got a new picture, another one. That one looks like it's going to be a big affair. It's on a big old leaf as well. If you look at the size of the leaf, big picture, small leaf, small picture, big leaf, big picture, and we've got one over the back here that's on a relatively small leaf. So she's going for it, big style. What else we got over here? What's cooking? Rob Jacquelinier. This is quite an old picture now. There is another one down there, but it's not coloured up yet, and it's being accosted by mammoth. Speaking of mammoth, she's still going strong, and so is the Truncata D red flush. It's still going strong. So that's everything of interest on there, which brings us to this. I said I had a mammoth, this one actually, a mammoth repotting. I just went mad and repotted a load of stuff. Now, this stuff here, I believe it's called umbrella moss. It's not star moss. Star moss is a totally different thing. Let me, there you go. I believe this is called, I think it's called umbrella moss. This is closed because it's dry. When it's not dry, it looks like that. Now this stuff grows like the absolute clappers, and as you can see, that pot is full of it. This burb down here had stopped growing. It had stopped doing anything. It put a picture out, and that was it. And it's been like this with a growth tip, literally like that. It's been like that for a couple of months, and I just noticed there was no progression. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to upend it, have a look in the pot, see what's going on. So I let's just drag my stool over so you can see. I took it out the pot, and I literally, I'm not jesting. I literally had to force it out of the pot. It was absolutely jammed tight, and this is what was inside. Now, this pot, it was potted in Akadama Kanuma, and that moss had literally taken over the entire pot. That is the roots for it. And it's so hard to pull apart. I tried wetting it. I mean, you can see there's loads of nep roots stuck in between, and there was just no way I was getting this out of the pot without damaging the nep roots. So unfortunately, it had to come out. The pot was actually the sides of the pot were bowing out because this stuff is. I mean, look at this. That was the entire the entire inside of the pot was taken up by the roots of that. Now I don't know. I mean, look at this. These that's nep roots there that I couldn't get out. They are absolutely wedged in, and it broke my heart having to do it. It really did. But I mean, look at that. The size of that root. I bet that's a year's growth there that I've torn out. And it broke my heart to do it. But you can't tell me that was any good for the plant. And the fact it had stopped growing. I mean, I've trimmed all the green off. This is the top. The fact it had stopped growing, and the pot was just absolutely rock solid. You couldn't push the sides in. It was that hard, and it was packed in solid. So that couldn't have been good for the plant. I mean, the size of that root, that nep root there, that I had to snap off. I physically couldn't get them out. As I say, it broke my heart, but it'll come back. It'll bounce back. It'll take a few months, but it'll bounce back. So, word to the wise: don't let that stuff take over. Now, that Spathetti pot is full of it, so I am going to have a hell's game getting that out of there. But she's growing, and I'm not going to mess with it. If she's growing, if the plant's growing, leave it alone. It was only the fact that one had stopped and it wasn't doing anything, and it was actually starting to look sickly, as you can see here. Look, the leaves had started to go yellow prematurely, and as you can see, that was this last new leaf that it put out months ago. No picture form. It wasn't even expanding a picture, and so clearly it was having some sort of detrimental effect. So we'll see how it goes. As I say, broke my heart having to pull all them roots out, but sometimes needs must. There you go. As I say, you get the warts and all in this channel. But on to better things, and by better things I mean take a look at this. Have a look at that. Ignore the thing at the back. That's not what it is. Have a look at it. Here's a little thing. Actually, there's another one there. Exactly the same plant. These two are the same. That one and that one are exactly the same plant. They came from the same seed pod. Exactly the same plant. Here's a little thing. In the comments, if somebody can tell me what those plants are, I'll give you one free. It's UK only. I can't post abroad, unfortunately, due to Brexit and plant passports and blah blah blah. So sorry, folks. It's got to be UK only. I do apologise to all my friends overseas. Speaking of overseas, Trev Wise Exotics. How you doing? I knew I'd remember. See, came to me in the end. Yeah. If someone can tell me what that is and what that is, they're the same plant, exactly the same plant, I'll give you one for nothing. And I've actually shown you these plants at some point. You didn't see that. I know it's a long name, but if you can give me the gist of it, or you can give me some of it, I'll count that as a win. So, how about that? Right, we're on. We've just gone over the hour mark, and so I'm going to knock this one on the head for tonight, and I'm going to go and sit down and unblock my nose because my nose is blocked up. And wait for the replies in the comments. But those of you who watch my videos and have followed me will have some idea of what that is and what that is. One or two of you have actually got one that you bought off me, or yeah, you would have only bought off me because I'm the only one that's selling them. So let's see how many of you get it right. Ange, let me know about the truncator. I don't mind either way. So right, I'm going to go and upload this, and I think you've about looked at everything. I'm just trying to think. No, there's nothing here with the name of that plant on, or the name of these plants. You'll have to do your homework, but if you get close to it, I'll count that as a win. I mean, come on, who wouldn't want that or that in the collection? All right, folks, you've exhausted me for tonight. I'm going to go and upload this, and I will speak to you very soon. It's been a good night tonight, hasn't it? It's been we've done an hour. We've looked at a lot of stuff, and I think you've had a reasonable tour of the shed, wouldn't you say? Oh, Clossy. Check that out. What she got stuck to her mouth? What's that? Oh, it's somebody else's picture. Lovely Clossy. She's a beaut. What's this fluff ball? Glandulifera. That is going to be one of the hairiest things. I actually let's do 2 giveaways, shall we? Let's do 2 giveaways. Okay, here we go. The first one is, if you can tell me what that is and what that is, you'll win one. The second one is, if you can tell me what my favourite plant is in this whole shed, and my second favourite plant in this whole shed, I will give you the choice of one of those or one of those truncata. There you go. So, and the other stipulation is you've got to, if you're in the UK, you've got to subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, it don't count. So you've got to subscribe. But if you subscribe, like, share, please, and tell me what my favourite plant is and what my second favourite plant is in the shed, and or tell me what that is and what that is. Same plant, same pod. And so when you're ready, 3, 2, 1, go. Answers in the comments. Speak to you soon. Much love. Bye.